Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer 3 DLC speculation video. Once again we'll be looking towards the end times and another faction within the Chaos armies. This time we'll be looking towards the Skaven. Just a quick note, obviously we aren't aware if Creative Assembly are going to be adding in end times units to Total War Warhammer or not, and we're pretty much just speculating in the fun of it, but without further ado, let's begin. The Skaven were one of the main faction focuses in terms of new units during the end times, receiving a plethora of new models. Unfortunately, the Skaven mostly received character models, but we do have one unit which has 6 variants to it. These are the Storm Fiends, huge genetically advanced rat ogres with weaponry that only the Skaven could come up with. There are 6 variants: the Doomflayer Gauntlets, the Grinderfist, Rattling Cannons, Shock Gauntlets, Warp Fire Projectors, and Wind Launchers. Most of their weaponry has actually been seen before. The Doomflayer Gauntlets actually take inspiration from Doomflayers, the Wind Launchers take inspiration from the Poison Wind Mortars, the Grinderfist takes inspiration from the Warp Grinder, the Rattling Cannons from actual Rattling Cannons, and the Warp Fire Projectors from the Warp Fire Throwers. The only weapon which is actually unique is actually just the Shock Gauntlets. Really the best way to actually describe this unit is actually thinking of Rat Ogres with attached weapons teams, but literally attached to them. Honestly, I think we should get all 6 variants as separate units, maybe coming into squads of 3 to 6 more or less. Nothing too big, but nothing too small too. They are immensely powerful, so they would probably be late game units, and I mean very late game. That being said, these models are a personal favourite of mine whenever I had to play tabletop end times games. They are hilariously broken and super fun to use, obviously with permission from your friends too, because let's just say they aren't very well balanced, especially the Rattling Cannons when you have a full squad of 4 firing 3d6 worth of shots into it. And this is 3d6 per model, by the way, so if you've got 4, that's 12d6 worth of shots. You could get very lucky or not, but still, it's Skaven, so it's a gamble. Unfortunately, the end times didn't really give the Skaven a lot of unit choices, but they did give them a lot of lord choices. First off, we'll look towards Thanquol. So Gracia Thanquol is a favourite of the Horned Rats, despite the fact that this character seems to fail at everything that he does. He's an expert spellcaster, well, expert by Skaven standards, and he has an augmented rat ogre, or better said, once again, many augmented rat ogres, each of them called Bone Ripper. The end times variant of Bone Ripper was by far the largest, and it was actually a mount for Thanquol. Now, it might be the case that we get Thanquol before an end times release, considering the fact that we already have Gotrek and Felix, and he is a very big fan favourite, so it's more than likely that we'll actually see him as another White Dwarf release. However, I think that we'll actually end up getting the end times variant considering the fact that it's the most recent model, so they'll probably go after that. Moving swiftly on, we're looking towards something that isn't really a new unit, but it's more of an updated unit. The Vermin Lords here got superpowered and got their own variants. Yes, the Greater Demons are finally back and have been superpowered. So first we have the Vermin Lord Deceiver, Masters of Stealth despite the fact that they're incredibly huge, and also level 4 wizards. It's more than likely that these giant monstrosities would probably use the Lore of Stealth, which has been added in for anything related to Clan Eshin. The Deceiver should be hard to hit considering that it's a master at stealth, and also be provided with some ranged weapons the same as anything to do with Clan Eshin in terms of lords. Our next Vermin Lord is the Vermin Lord Corruptors, which are masters of the lore of Plague. The third Vermin Lord would be the Vermin Lord Warbringer. These should be very powerful in melee combat. While still having some sort of grasp on magic, it should be more focused towards melee combat, being able to inspire his own troops, and maybe also lower the leadership of its enemies. The final Vermin Lord is the Vermin Lord Warpseer. The problem with these 4 different Vermin Lords is there really isn't too much of a distinction barring 1 or 2 things. In terms of the Warpseer, it's just pretty much quite adept at casting Warp Lightning, but that's pretty much it. Instead, I'd probably see it being able to buff up anything to do with machinery, so Warp Lightning cannons and stuff like that. If there's going to be 4 different Vermin Lords like there is in the tabletop, then they should pretty much at least be a bit distinct from each other. Given the fact that all 4 Vermin Lords pretty much aren't that different, they're probably just going to get rules from all 4 of them and just combine them together and make something quite interesting out of that. Which is also rather unfortunate when we look towards the last named character of this book and the last end times unit for the Skaven, Lord Screech Vermin King, which unfortunately was pretty much the same as all the other Vermin Lords other than the fact that he costed more points and he had an array of weaponry, but pretty much it's all the same. So they'd probably have to make him quite unique if they do add him in. However, the model is super cool, and if they are going for an end times route for the 3rd game, they'll probably want to add him in too, because he does have a few points to play here, but I'm not too sure how exactly he'd be implemented. Honestly, I just love the look of the model. But what do you guys think? Do you think that these Skaven models would be added into Total War Warhammer 3 as an End Times DLC? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and let's start a bit of a discussion, shall we? Well, with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description link below, we have various links to various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Discord, where you can get in contact with the Great Book team. Also in the description below, we have an affiliate link with Element Games, where you could buy loads of hobby-based stuff, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Using our special link and the special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. Honestly, it's amazing that people want to donate some cash to help a small channel grow. We honestly can't thank you enough. A big thank you to our patron Gibraltar LUSC for subscribing to us at our Fame level. Honestly, mate, you're super cool. And a big thank you to all of you for watching, liking, commenting on the videos, sharing them. It's honestly amazing to see a small community grow and grow more each day. I can honestly tell you guys that in most cases I have no idea what I'm doing, but it seems to be working, so I'm enjoying the fact that I'm getting to meet so many people who are interested into Warhammer, and we can chat about pretty much anything Warhammer related. It's super cool. But with that, my friends, thank you so much once again, and I shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.